Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is open up Sketchbook. I'm going to hit the plus sign at the bottom, create a new sketch, and I'm going to go up to the top toolbar. I'm going to import an image. I'm going to take one of my selfies, and I'm going to put my head right about where I want it to be. I'm not going to worry about the body or anything else like that right now, because I think I'm going to give myself sort of a cartoony body anyways. I'm going to tap and hold to drag that bottom layer up above my photo, because I always want to draw on a separate layer from my photo. I'm going to change this to black, and I'm going to use my pen tool, and I'm going to trace over just all the important lines and shapes that I see in my picture. When it comes to things like eyes, I always recommend simplifying it. You're making a cartoonish version of yourself. So you want to simplify it, but you do want to make sure you've got the important details, like you're showing the pupil and the iris. It's a good idea to show features like the eyebrows, although they don't have to be realistic. Just like the mouth does not have to be a real mouth. I'm going to make mine a simple sort of cartoony smiling mouth. Maybe I'll have a tongue like I'm going to be talking. And it is okay that at various stages this drawing is going to look kind of crazy. That's because you have a drawing on top of a photograph, and when you see both parts simultaneously, it tends to always look a little bit wrong. That's okay. That's just sort of part of the process. Now, when I get rid of the photograph, it's going to look a little bit nicer. Now I can focus on it as just a drawing, and I'm going to give myself a cartoony body. I'm actually going to give myself a neck, and then I'm going to have a sort of space suit type thing. I want to make sure I close the shapes, because that's going to be really important later on when I go to color this in. Now I can switch to my fill bucket, and I can simply tap inside of the various shapes to fill them in. And I must have an opening in that shape somewhere, so I'm going to turn off the fill bucket, use my pen tool again, and close that shape. Now I'm ready to go back to my pen and back to my fill bucket. If I tap and hold, I get this eyedropper tool, and that will allow me to color in the ear, which I had missed before. Not really my best drawing ever, but good enough. Now I'm going to turn off the fill bucket. I'm going to actually ignore that drawing for right now. I'm going to make it invisible so I can focus on the background. I'm going to make just a very generic sort of planetary background. And now I can take myself up on top. Just notice that my legs match the planet that I made, so I'm going to change that color. And that stands out a little bit better.